Welcome back to Nation of Glory. Tonight, we bring you a story that blends pain, triumph, sacrifice, and legacy. It's not just about wrestling, it's about life itself. It's about a man who grew from the streets of Pittsburgh into one of the greatest athletes the world has ever seen. It's about Kurt Angle, an American icon, a man whose journey has been filled with sweat, tears, gold medals, broken bones, and most importantly, an unbreakable will. This is the story of Kurt Steven Angle, a retired professional wrestler, an amateur wrestling legend, and today, a voice for the sport, as a sports analyst for Real American Freestyle. His life is more than just competition, it's about resilience, about never giving up, about living the words he has carried his whole life. It's true, it's damn true. Kurt Angle was born on December 9, 1968, in Mount Lebanon Township, just outside Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. From the beginning, life wasn't easy. His family was working class, and Kurt grew up knowing the value of hard work. He often spoke about his father, a construction worker who labored endlessly to support his family. His father became one of the biggest inspirations in his life, teaching him that no matter how tough life gets, you get back up, you fight harder, and you never quit. That lesson stayed with Kurt through every match, every setback, every heartbreak, and every moment of victory. Wrestling came to Kurt early, and when he stepped on the mat, something clicked. He wasn't the biggest kid, but he had fire in his heart. He trained harder than anyone, studied the techniques, and developed a toughness that would become legendary. By the time he reached high school, people knew Kurt wasn't ordinary, he was destined for greatness. He dominated at Clarion University, becoming a two-time KO Division I champion and a three-time KO finalist. The world was beginning to notice. But it was the Olympics that would shape his destiny. In 1996, in Atlanta, the Summer Games would forever change his life. But his journey to those Olympics was filled with unimaginable pain. Just months before, Kurt suffered a broken neck during a qualifying match. Most athletes would have stopped. Doctors warned him against competing. They said it could leave him paralyzed. But Kurt Angle's heart wouldn't allow him to quit. He trained and wrestled with that broken neck, enduring pain that would break most people. And in the end, he won. Against the odds, he won the Olympic gold medal in freestyle wrestling. With tears streaming down his face, Kurt Angle stood on the podium as the national anthem played. That medal wasn't just gold, it was proof of courage, proof of sacrifice, proof of his father's lessons. It was for his family, for his country, for everyone who doubted. It was his forever reminder that when life tries to break you, you can rise stronger. The story of Kurt Angle could have ended there, and it would still be one of the greatest athletic stories of all time. But Kurt's journey was just beginning. After winning Olympic gold, he found himself stepping into a new world, professional wrestling. The WWE, then WWF, saw something special in Kurt. And they were right. From the moment he debuted, Angle showed the world that he wasn't just an Olympic hero, he was a natural entertainer. His charisma, his humor, his ability to make the crowd love him or hate him, made him one of the fastest rising stars in WWE history. He wore his Olympic medal proudly, and his three I's: intensity, integrity, and intelligence became his trademark. But behind that catchphrase was a competitor unlike any other. He could wrestle anyone, from The Rock to Stone Cold Steve Austin, from Triple H to Shawn Michaels. And he could make every single match feel like history. Fans came to know Kurt Angle as one of the best technical wrestlers ever to step in the ring. Whether it was his ankle lock submission or his breathtaking suplexes, Angle left fans in awe. But while his wrestling career skyrocketed, Kurt Angle's personal life was tested in ways few could imagine. The broken neck he suffered in the Olympics continued to haunt him. Injuries piled up. And with them came battles with pain and addiction. For years, Kurt fought demons outside the ring, fighting as hard as he ever did inside of it. He's been open about his struggles with prescription, medication, and how it nearly destroyed him. But like every great champion, he found the strength to fight back. He sought help, he faced his struggles head-on, and he rebuilt himself, piece by piece. That honesty, that willingness to admit his flaws, made him more human, more relatable, and even more inspiring. Throughout his wrestling career, Kurt Angle captured everything there was to win. He became WWE Champion, World Heavyweight Champion, King of the Ring, and a Hall of Famer. His matches are still considered masterpieces. His WrestleMania bouts against Shawn Michaels, Brock Lesnar, and Eddie Guerrero are etched into history. He wasn't just another superstar, he was the wrestling machine. The man who combined amateur excellence with professional charisma. And through it all, he never forgot who he was, a kid from Pittsburgh who just refused to quit. Kurt's story doesn't end with WWE. He left and built a legacy in teen wrestling, where he delivered some of the greatest matches of his career. He showed the world that he didn't need the biggest stage to shine, he carried greatness wherever he went. His impact extended far beyond titles and championships. He inspired countless young athletes to chase their dreams, to believe that even when the odds are impossible, they can rise above. Today, Kurt Angle has retired from professional wrestling, but his impact remains. He's now a sports analyst for Real American Freestyle, giving back to the sport that gave him everything. He shares his knowledge, his experience, and his passion with the next generation. He's a living reminder that glory isn't just about winning medals or titles, it's about fighting through the pain, never giving up, and standing tall when life tries to break you. Kurt Angle's story is one of the most emotional in all of sports and entertainment. It's a story of a young boy who looked up to his father, who faced tragedy, who broke his neck, who stood on the Olympic podium, who battled addiction, who became a hero, and who found redemption. His life is proof that being a hero isn't about being perfect, it's about getting back up, again and again, no matter how many times you fall. And that's why his name will never be forgotten. Not just as an Olympic gold medalist. Not just as a WWE Hall of Famer. Not just as one of the greatest to ever step in the ring. But as a man who lived his life with intensity, integrity, and intelligence. As a man who gave everything he had to inspire others. As a man who showed the world that it's true, it's damn true. So tonight, as we remember Kurt Angle, let's remember the lessons his story teaches us. That no dream is too big. That no setback is final. That every struggle can lead to triumph. And that even when life breaks you, you can rise again. Thank you for joining us here at Nation of Glory. If you felt the emotion in this story, if you were inspired by Kurt Angle's journey, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Help us spread these stories of courage, passion, and glory to the world. We'll be back with more stories that inspire, stories that bring goosebumps, stories that remind us what it means to never give up. Thanks for watching Nation of Glory, and remember, it's true, it's damn true.